I still remember the exact moment when everything went wrong. If I had walked just a little faster, if I had not stopped to buy that cup of coffee, my life would be very different today. People often say that small decisions do not matter. But that day, one small decision changed everything. This happened almost 12 years ago, when I was young and always moving from place to place. At that time, I never stayed in one country for very long. I felt bored easily. I wanted to see the world, meet people, and live freely. I did not have much money, but I always found a way to survive. Sometimes I worked on farms, sometimes in hotels, sometimes in restaurants. It was not an easy life, but it was exciting. That winter, I was traveling through Eastern Europe. The weather was cold, but I did not mind. Cold weather was better than staying in one place for too long. I had just finished a short job in a small city. I packed my bag and went to the train station early in the morning. My plan was simple. I wanted to take the train south where the weather was warmer. I did not care exactly where I went. Anywhere new was fine. The train station was old and noisy. People hurried past me carrying bags and talking loudly. I checked the big board on the wall. My train was leaving in 20 minutes. I felt hungry, so I went to buy a coffee and some bread. I have time, I thought. That was my mistake. When I came back, the platform was empty. The train was gone. I stood there for a moment feeling stupid. Then I laughed quietly to myself. Missing trains was part of my life. I went to the ticket office and asked about the next train. The woman behind the glass looked tired. "There is no train until tomorrow morning," she said. "Tomorrow?" I asked. She nodded. "Or you can take the night bus." I did not like night buses. They were uncomfortable, slow, and full of noise. I decided to stay in the town for one night. That town was small and quiet. It was not a tourist place. I walked through the streets looking for a cheap place to sleep. After some time, I found a small guest house near the river. The building looked old but clean. Inside, an elderly man stood behind the desk. He looked at me carefully. "You are not from here," he said. "No," I replied. "I am just passing through." He smiled slightly. "Most people who come here say that." I paid for one night and went to my room. It was small, with one bed and a window facing the river. I opened the window and listened to the water. It was peaceful. That night, I slept very deeply. The next morning, something strange happened. When I went downstairs, the old man was not there. Instead, a young woman stood behind the desk. She looked surprised to see me. "Oh," she said, "I did not expect any guests." "I stayed here last night," I said. "I need to check out." She looked confused. This guest house has been closed for years." I laughed, thinking she was joking. "But I slept here," I said. "I paid your father." Her face became serious. "My father died 10 years ago," she said quietly. I did not know what to say. I felt cold even though the room was warm. "This is not funny," I said. She looked at me for a long time, then she sighed. "You should leave," she said, "before it gets dark." That sentence stayed in my mind. I had heard similar words once before in another place, another time. I did not like it. I packed my bag quickly and left the building. Outside, the street looked different. The shops were gone. The road looked older, narrower. I felt confused. I walked toward the river. The bridge that I crossed the night before was not there anymore. Instead, there was an old wooden bridge. People walked past me, but they wore strange clothes, long coats, old shoes, no phones, no modern bags. My heart began to beat fast. I stopped a man and asked him the name of the town. He looked at me like I was crazy. "This is Valenbrook," he said. "Where else would it be?" I knew that name. Valenbrook was a town that disappeared during the war. I remembered reading about it once. There was a fire. Many people died. After that, the town was never rebuilt. I felt dizzy. I walked and walked, trying to find something familiar. That was when I saw her. She stood near the river feeding birds. She wore a dark blue dress. Her hair was light brown and tied back. When she turned and looked at me, I felt like time stopped. "Are you lost?" she asked. Her voice was calm. "Yes," I said honestly. "Very lost." She smiled gently. "You are not the first." We walked together along the river. Her name was Elise. She spoke slowly, carefully, like she had all the time in the world. I told her about the train, the guest house, and the old man. She listened without interrupting. When I finished, she nodded. "You came on the wrong day," she said. "What do you mean?" I asked. "This town returns for one day," she said, "once every few years. Nobody knows why." I stopped walking. "And the people?" I asked. She looked at the river. "They live that day again," she said. "As they were." I wanted to leave, I really did. But something held me there. Maybe it was curiosity. Maybe it was Elise. We spent the day together. We talked about simple things, life, dreams, places we wanted to see. She told me she always wondered what the world looked like now. When the sun began to set, her face changed. "You must go," she said. "I don't want to," I replied. "You must," she said firmly. "If you stay after midnight, you stay forever." The fear in her eyes was real. "I will come back," I said. "I promise." She smiled sadly. "Everyone says that." She walked with me to the edge of town. The road looked normal again. Cars passed. Lights appeared. I turned around to say something, but she was gone. The town was gone too. The next morning I was back at the train station. Everything looked normal, too normal. I asked people about Valenbrook. They all said the same thing. It burned down during the war. I never forgot Elise. Years have passed since that day. I live a quieter life now. But every few years, on the same date, I feel restless. I check train schedules. I look at maps. Maybe one day, I will miss a train again. And maybe, just maybe, I will find my way back.